on this live video sharing with you along with my friend Vin Lei. I live in Portland, Oregon, and I'm going to start today, and you're going to get to hear a lot from Vin as well. So let me introduce myself. My name is Thanh Dang. I used to live in Texas, and I went to college in Arlington, Texas, and became an engineer, a software engineer. After a few years of being an engineer, I graduated, got a job. I felt life was great. And then after 3 or 4 years as a software engineer with Lockheed Martin, I started thinking, well, what's next? What's next for me? Is this it? And so I realized, no, that's not it. I want more. I want to be able to have more time because as an engineer, I like my job. I like the people I work with, but I'm kind of stuck. I wanted more freedom. I wanted more time. I wanted more flexibility in my life. I want more money, but doesn't look like I have a high chance of getting a lot more money. Maybe every year I have a little raise, but that's it. And so I started searching around, see what's out there. After I searched, I try to look at different businesses, real estate, stocks, and nothing seems to really give me that time and that extra income that I've always wanted. After searching, something came to me in a form that I did not like, and I will share that with you today. But after 3 months of ignoring it, I finally took a hold of the opportunity, took a look, and here I am today. After 9 years in the business, the topic for today is own your business so you can own your life. And so there is a way out there for us to really own our life, have that flexibility in our schedule, have the flexibility to spend the money that we want instead of just making enough to make ends meet. So anyways, we will share with you our story and how you can also own your business so that you can own your life today. And so next, I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Vin Lei.
Hi, Thang. Hi, everybody. I guess me and Thang will start out the same way. I went to the college for electrical engineering, but back in the 90-something, 96, 97, electrical engineering was not in demand. So my advisor asked me to stay back and become an IT. So I did graduate in 97 with an IT degree, go out and venture out in corporate world. I also have, contract with Lockheed Martin and Raytheon at that time, the last contract. But after work for a while, I don't feel like I don't like to work for other people. So back in 2001, I started to go out and opened up my own liquor store. The next thing I know, 4 years went by, I become an IT in the morning and at night go to the liquor store and I open up 3. So the more I opened up the business, I get the more I like the business side. So I make a really bold decision that in 2005, my wife quit her job as an accountant, and I quit IT and I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina, to open up a grocery store for his cater to other people instead of the specialized in Vietnamese. But anyway, I was in the business for 8 years, and the more business you involve, the more investment you have, and the less time you have, like Tang said. So we do own our life in a way, but we just want to be able to be in charge of our life. Because before, when I think of when you own a business, you actually own your life or in charge of your life, but the business actually owns you. It tell you when to go, when to open, and the stress and things like that. So after 8 years of being in the business, I look back and I realized that, you know what, even the situation that we are facing right now, I don't have to worry too much about rent, employees, and anything like that. So it is a good thing that I started a business and I like the business. So 8 years ago, when my cousin told me about the business, I went to the company and take a look at it, and I decided, you know what, this is the business for the future. And within the business, when you look at it, you got to look at, say, is it in demand, right? Is this something people are looking for out there? And in business, a lot of things change. So that's why I look into the business and I say, you know what, this is the business of the future. And I decided to go and went back to Charlotte, North Carolina, which is where we reside right now. And I sold all my business and got in. That's it. That's how I got started. I see opportunity, I see the future with it, and I just sold the business that I had, and I started, never look back into traditional business. But I mean, when you get started with this business, I have a little bit, but then you was an engineer with no business background. Now, for you to choose something like this, and you didn't start as a full time, you start as a part time, but you do have a goal that, you know, when do you want to become like a full time with this business, or all the time with this business?
I actually, when I started the business, I was part time. I didn't know what to do because I was new. I never had experiences like this before. So when I started, I gave myself a year and a half. I said, after a year and a half, I want to go full time. That means I better start making enough money to make ends meet before I quit my job. And so I made a commitment and I set a goal. I announced the goal to the world. And less than a year and a half later, I was able to quit my engineering job at Lockheed Martin and went full time and never looked back. You know, every time I drive through the Lockheed Martin campus, the buildings, I go straight. I would look to the right, I say bye, and I go straight instead of turning in and having to go to work. So it feels great every time. But I think, you know, everything starts with the decision. And when we decide to commit to something and go full force and do whatever we can, do our best to make it happen, then, you know, it will happen.
But for me, when I start a business, I look at when I look at the business and the platform, I noticed that in current business or in the future, everything is online. You know, everybody's shop online right now. 8 years ago, things doesn't change that obvious. But now looking back, right now, I look back and say, you know what? There's a lot of company in regular retail going out of business. So you're looking at Macy, one of the large chains here that go out of business. Kmart going out. There's a lot of company, Dealer, Bell, all these retail store, Sears, all these that you know are going out of business because most people are right now shopping online. The younger generation, they shop even more. They don't hang out in the mall anymore. So basically, the way that people conduct the business change. So when I look at Nu Skin, I look and say, well, they are shopping online. They have product that people need on a daily basis, which is more people are looking at the products, and health and beauty is what the market right now. So when I look at that, I look at the market trend on the products. You know, this is what people want. And then the way we conduct the business is online. Social media, which is a platform, and the company have, you know, doing this for a long time. So basically, that's what I'm looking at when I say, you know what, this is the future. This is the future business. And that's what I got in and I decided to do the business. Even though the both of us does not know how to do this business. That's one thing that we have common. I know a little bit about traditional business, but when I got into this, it's basically a different ball game. So I start out just like Thắng, which is fresh because this kind of business is new to me. It's also new to Thắng. So what we both did, well, we got to learn how. But I remember exactly on my first day that I went to look at one of the event to decide whether to do this. I remember, never forget this phrase. He said, once you know the why and the how will come. So I was pondering, say, okay, this is, you know, the good business opportunity, but how? Everybody's wondering how am I going to do this? Because it's new to me. You know, we all want to, but Thắng told me and said, you know what, if once you know the why, the how will come. And obviously, you know, I figured out my why, and then I started a business, and obviously the how come.
So right now, Vin and I both are committed full time to this business, and we have I have quit my engineering job. Vin has sold his businesses, and we survive. I guess we're doing okay now.
8 years, so it's obviously we're doing okay.
So one of the things I really that convinced me that this business is legit. At first, when I hear about the business, I said, "Well, is it even true? Can you really make money with it?" And my sister-in-law was the person who introduced it to me, and she said, "Hey, there's a business out there, and they have great products on health, on beauty." I said, "No, that's not me. You know, health, beauty, you know, it's not my thing." And so starting a business is also not my thing. And so I said, no, I'm not interested. Well, she said, well, we have to take a look. So I went to the company, okay? And when I went to the company, the name is Nu Skin. The first thing that comes to mind when the word Nu Skin is like, are you telling me to go sell cosmetics? I mean, I work with computers. I don't know anything about cosmetics and I can't sell. I like to talk to computers. I don't like to talk to people that much. And so she told me, hey, if it can help you have more flexibility, have a higher quality of life, be in charge of your life, would you take a look? I said, yes, I would take a look if it's gonna give me that. But I don't think Nu Skin can really have that. I mean, selling cosmetics, well, she said, it's not selling cosmetics. Go and take a look, be open first. So I did. I went to the company. And when I went to the company, it's, I started to fall in love. I mean, at first I didn't like it, but I started to see that the culture is great. People are friendly. People are accepting. People are very positive. You know, in an environment where everybody's optimistic and positive, I love that. And then I started to look deeper into what the company is and how it got here. And so the company is based in Utah. It's created, co-founded in 1985. So it has a long history of success. And the revenue is, last year was $2.4 billion. So at first I thought selling cosmetics, how can cosmetics be so big, right? But it is. I mean, with a company that has $2.4 billion in revenue every year, that means that the company is big enough. And what I love about this company is that it's on this New York Stock Exchange. So it's publicly traded. That means the FTC looks at the numbers and the numbers are audited and analyzed. So the numbers are true. So when they say they make a certain amount of money, it's true. How much they're paying out, it's true. So I like the transparency in that. And when I go to the company, I look at, do my researches on Google and everywhere, they have a lot of awards all over the world for best products, best companies to work for. In Forbes magazine, they're actually listed as one of the top most trustworthy companies in the world. I look at that and say, wow, I mean, Nu Skin, I've been under the rocks. I don't know anything about Nu Skin. But when I took a look, the company is so amazing. And what I love about the company is now it's open in 55 countries. That means us sitting in Portland, Oregon, or Charlotte, North Carolina, we can have businesses all over the world. We don't have to invest the money, but the company already has infrastructure to expand everywhere. So now all I need to do is sit in Portland, Oregon, and connect. Like Vin said, the economy today, the trend today is social media, is where people can sit at home and connect all over the world. Well, that's exactly what we're doing. We can sit at home and through the phone, through social media, it's gonna take work. It doesn't happen overnight, but it's possible to connect and build a business globally where you can be in wherever you are. You may be in Australia, I don't know, you may be in California, maybe in Texas, but your business will start to expand and has the potential to expand to South America, to Europe, to Australia. So, and with the company being so strong for the last 35 years, it allows us to leverage what the company has to build a business for ourselves. So I love that a lot. But of course, behind the company, behind the money, the business, there has to be products that can be distributed, products that work. So Vin, can you tell us about the products that Nu Skin has? And how come a guy like you would be interested in the word Nu Skin?
I interest in the opportunity. Okay, so obviously when I open up liquor store or grocery store, obviously I don't bring every single products or I don't eat every single products. With their business opportunity to make money, then I look into it. So when I look into Nu Skin products, there's one thing I have believed right away is this company, if they have products, it has to be good, because when a company that have 30 plus year in history and open up in 50 country or 55 country, like Thang says, now it has to be good. It has to be good for the company to last that long. It has to be that good. The customer love to buy the product. That's why they generate about $2.4 billion is not a small number. So when I started out the business, I look at it and say, I have no problem with the products, you know, even before I use. But the good thing about it is when I look at it, when I first come on board, I remember that they still building the innovation center. it draw the attention to me is if the company has been around for 35 years and they still invest close to $500 million for the innovation center for continual R&D, research and development. That means that the company believe in the future for them to invest that much money into research. That's number one. Number two is their product within the skincare product. Within minutes, I can see the result. Within the Garfine expired at that time or the Lumicell right now. So it doesn't matter whether I know how to use it or not, but the product speaks for itself at that point. So it's convinced me, the product is good. The other side of the product, so Nu Skin have two line of products that impressed me. Is the other one is supplement in health. Now they're the only company that actually can prove and has something to prove that their product works. That means a lot in today's society. When you say something works, it has to be able to prove. So they have a biophotonic scanner that actually can scan and tell your antioxidant level. None of the company out there that have supplement have something in scientifically proved to me that it actually works. So those are the things that I look at when I first started the business before I even decide, because with any business you do, you got to have good product to back you up in order for you to conduct the business. And then the reputations and the whole 9 yards you're looking at. So when I went to the company, I looked at the side of the products, and I know the history of the products. But what impressed me more, it had 75 scientists continuing working for the company to develop the new product. So that's why almost every single year they come out with a new product. See, that's what I was very impressed 8 years ago, and I'm still impressing with the company. They continue invest money into the future line of the products, and that's what got me started, and that's what got me continue doing it.
Awesome, that's great. So I started the business with the same reason as you, looking for opportunities. So if there's a way to make money out there, whether it's skincare, whether it's health, whether it's weight management, whether it's restaurant, hey, for people who want to make ends meet and who want to expand, they'll grab onto that opportunity. So for me, when I look at Nu Skin, I look at the potential of the income that I can have. As an engineer, I was doing okay. I mean, I'm not super rich. I'm not rich, but I'm okay, right? So when I look for an opportunity, it has to be able to give me a lot more than what I was doing for me to pay the price and go forward. So when I look at Nu Skin, I saw that, hey, this business allows me to make the amount of money according to my work. If I work more, I can make more. Whereas as an engineer, if I work more, I get the same salary. If I work double, I get the same salary. And if I do a lot more and do very well, I get the same salary, right? Maybe a little bonus. If next year I don't do well, I'm out the door. So with Nu Skin, it allows me to, if I don't do a lot, I make a little bit. If I do a lot and I work double and triple, I can make double and triple. And so with when I look deeper into our compensation plan, it's called Velocity. For people who are interested in making, let's say, an extra $300, $500 a month, that they're staying at home, they're watching their kids, or they just want a side gig where they want to make an extra $500, $700 a month. Hey, we have something for you. We have something called the sharing bonus, and that allows you to share the products with other people and be able to make, $100, $200, $500, $700 a month, depending on how much you work. And for people who want to make more, there's a way to make thousands of dollars by building a team. Building a team means you use the products, and whatever products you like, you share with others, and you gather a group of people who do the same thing. And at this time, we have something called brand representative. To get to brand representative will be a process. It's a 6,000 point process, depending on what market you're in. But that means with you and the people around you who goes and share the products, and you have $6,000, $6,600 worth of products, then you become an executive. After you become an executive, you have the potential to make 5 to 40% of the revenue that you and your group generates. And so imagine this. What's nice about our business is you don't have to invest thousands of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars into it. And you're able to make 5 to 40% in the profit of whatever volume you have. Imagine, so I know, let's say you're doing a restaurant. right? What's your profit margin? It's not 40%. No way you can make 40%, right? Because you have to pay for rent, pay for electricity, you have to pay your employees, you have to pay for the inventory, you pay all that. And at the end of the day, after everything that's left, you're left with maybe 10%, 15%. But here, you can have 5 to 40% of the total revenue coming back to you. So here at this point, people can start making $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000. But what's nice about this is you can be at home through your phone, on Twitter, on Facebook, calling your friends and calling the people in your team, working that way and working at the flexibility of your own schedule. You can be watching your kids or waiting for your kids at the school, right? Going early to pick up your kids while waiting, you can be on the phone working. So that's the difference between this business versus traditional business or going to a job. For me, when I was an engineer, if I want to make that $5,000, $7,000 a month, I better be there from 8 to 5. If I'm not there, I'm not gonna make the money. Well, with this business, I can be flexible in when I work, who I want to work with, and I can be anywhere. This business is virtual, and I don't have to invest thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars into this business so that I can still make 5 to 40%. But whereas in traditional business, even if I put $200,000, $300,000 out to do a business, I will never able to make that 40% profit. Not a chance, right? But with this business, it's possible. And what's more is for people who want to make more, who have a bigger vision, bigger ambitions, who want to do more for yourself, your family, to help other people, well, there are chances for you to be able to make tens of thousands of dollars a month. And when I was an engineer, I look at the map and see the potential of this business. I look at that and say, wow, if I can make tens of thousands of dollars a month, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, I'm in, right? I'm in. I look at the income and say, oh, that's what I want. And so by helping other people, by helping them, we call it duplicate, but spread the team, building the bigger network all over the world. You may not know people in Australia, but if you have a connection here in Oregon or in California who knows somebody in Australia, and the person in Australia decides to do the business and make it big, hey, that group, you can support that group and make it bigger, then your income starts to come all over the world, even though you're just sitting in California. And when you open this office or through this one person in Australia, you don't have to fly over there. You don't have to invest in paperwork or anything like that, but you can make that potential income. So what I love about this business is, hey, if you want to make $500 a month, yes, there's a place for you here. If you want to make $5,000 a month, yes, there's a way for you to do that here. If you want to make $20,000, $30,000 a month, there is a way for you to do that here in Nu Skin. So, and what's nice about this is once you build the system where you have a distribution channel going on and you stop working or you start to work less, you get to spend time with your family, your kids, the money consistently comes in if you build it right. That means you have more flexibility now. You don't have to work all the time like I used to as an engineer, but I still make that income. So I'm not saying this is easy, but it's worth it. And if it's worth it, you know, people like Vin and I, and hopefully you too, will do whatever it takes to make it happen. And so that's with the possible income that we can make. And that's how, you know, Vin's been in the business 8 years. He's able to sell his grocery stores and be able to survive, right? I've been able to quit my job and really survive. And what's nice is after you get, you hit a certain milestone, you get to go on free trips that the company will treat you and a guest for free. And so, and have flexibility in time also. So that's what I love about this business. So to wrap it up, so you see that this business allows you to grab onto the future, right? The business trend today, now you're working all over the world while sitting at home. Work from home through social media. And our company has been around for 36 years now with very strong financially and very transparent. Our products can be proven and you can have the potential to make whatever amount of money that you want to and put in the right amount of work. Well, now it's just for you to decide. So Vin, can you give everybody an advice or maybe share your experience so that, hey, is it worth it for them to take a look?
Well, I mean, like Thang says, looking back at 8 years, I still think it's a right decision that I make 8 years ago, start a business, and um, to have the business today that I'm actually stress free, even though the environment right now, the situation that the world are facing, I can say that it affect the business, but I am not worried about all that expenses that the overhead that I have. You know, a lot of company right now, traditional business, you might looking at somebody is going, foreclosure, a lot of downside, but with the business, you don't actually own those overhead. So basically you don't have to worry about on that. That's the plus side of the business. And then what are the chances in life that you have a company worth in billions of dollars and give you opportunities? Hey, let's be partner, and the more you do the business, the more you work, I'm willing to pay you up to 40%, and you don't have to worry about any kind of expense. Now, what chance in life that do we have that kind of opportunity to offer? To me, I say that was rare. It was unheard of. It was so good that people that actually say, "No way, it can't be real." Well, guess what? People been doing for years, way belong before me and Tang. So right now, if you're looking at an opportunity to change the future, to go into the future with the right vehicle that take you there as financially freedom or time freedom, like Thang said, that you actually control your schedule, you can actually decide when to work and decided how much money you want to make, and you put the effort in, you can do that. So there's no risk involved, there's no obligations, but you there have an opportunity that to do the conduct the business in 50 state and 55 countries right now. And I don't see why people still hesitate, because life you have a lot of opportunity passing by. If you were invited by somebody here tonight to listen to this, I suggest you seriously take a look at this opportunity and give yourself and give your future a chance. I mean, there's no risk involved, so take a look, seriously take a look at it. And right now, you can do the business, you can start the business with zero down, like a lot of zero down on the business.
That's so awesome. For me, right now, I have two kids, 5 and 4 years old. And when I started the business, I was single. I was not married with the kids yet, but I had the vision that hey, one day I want to be able to spend time with the kids, pick them up from school at 2 3 p.m., spend time with them, and not really have to be so stuck at work that I can't spend time with my kids. So for you looking at this for the first time, hey, it's up to you to make the decisions of your life. But truly, whoever invited you here, first of all, thank them because they thought of you to invite you to watch this video. And second, go back to them and tell them if you have more questions so they can help you get started or answer those questions for you. But really, you owe it to yourself to take a look and to really grab onto an opportunity so that in the future you can have that time, that money, that whatever it is that you want, that flexibility, that freedom, that higher quality of life for yourself, for your family. So I would highly suggest that you take a look and go back to the person who invited you, take a look and ask them questions. And hey, they're willing to help. So if they can't have all the answers, they'll find somebody else who's able to help you. So, hey, hopefully, maybe I'll get to see you one day in the future together with this business. So, thank you very much for tuning in. So, talk to the person who invited you here and hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
Bye bye.